eat all of the eggs on Easter.
Who might eat all of the eggs on Easter?
I know.
It's still gloomy and cold out, and there's weather out on the radar, a mix of lovely rain and snow, but it's not here, it's not happening, so I got high hopes that it won't. Sloppy. Everything is sloppy right now.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Isla. Probably better go through our gem of a generator here. Did you break our chair, Jim?
I'm trying to fix it.
You're trying to? All right, well, fair enough. I'll go find a screw. We had a rolling chair explosion. Need to find a couple of screws here, probably over in the other shop. It's hard to find good help, isn't it, Isla? She's gonna be the best help we have here in a few years. That German one just sounds meaner all the time. She's alive! A few ounces of liquid mechanic here. You dump a little bit of seafoam in there. Shouldn't even really ever need to check the oil. Everything should be good. Like a kitten out of Milk Pail. Fired right up. You want to put that back in the parts room? I'll show you where it goes.
Right here.
There you go. She wants to help with everything, so even if you could make jobs up for her, she's so happy just to help out with anything you ask. Isla, I've got a job for you. You want to carry this to the other side of the sprayer? It's a little heavy. Got it? No, the sprayer is not dead, but it has been sitting in here most of the winter without running, and I just figure we'll take some preventative measures here and put it on a slow charge for a few hours just to get some juice in the battery, because we will be firing it up here before long, moving it around, maybe throwing the duals on it. May as well just get some juice in the batteries. I called in for pizza, Jim, so I'll run grab those in a bit here. We'll do this a better way. Those might need a little bit of help coming off of there. I'll go grab that pizza while I wait for that air hose. I'll be back in 15. You okay? Well, the kid's been busy down here in the mud, working on his racetrack some more. Pizza's here. I'll clean a spot here on the table. Lunch is down. Now we got the tire off the service truck, but I gotta wait till the mechanic's back from lunch in town here to bring that into him to get that stem fixed, because we don't have what we need. I'm gonna fire up one of the Kenworths here, move a couple pallets in the shed. We'll back this in, go through this, because we have a little bit of corn to haul either the end of this week or early next week, but we may as well go through the trucks. They're kind of the next thing while we wait on the 9560 to be done at Midwest Machinery, so we can hook up some of the other equipment here. Easy. Now just to go move a few things out of the way so we can fit that truck in there, because when we got pallets against the back wall, it doesn't fit all the way in there. So move a couple things, back that in, get the fuel tank out, because the Thunder Creek trailer's ready to go, the dually's good. And it's still sloppy out here. These red ones have gotten so chalky. I need, they need a good buff and wax, that's for sure. Zimone 14, I'm gonna be calling you soon to make this thing shine. We'll do it, I'll bring the beer, I'll have the beer. Jim, I'm gonna load this tire up and take it to Paul, and then we can get that truck done and get it out of here. You guys all right? The boy's still homeschooling on his racetrack over there, but he's demanded that he goes from the bigger four-wheeler down to the smaller one. And I don't bother charging the battery on this because they just kill it every time I do by beeping the horn the whole time. So he can't start it because he got to kick it over. Quarantine homeschool on the farm. We try to teach them other things too. They've had a lot of really creative art projects and stuff like that lately. Sometimes you just can't beat real world experience either. They've been joining me in the shop a lot more. We're making the best out of it. He's pretty busy in there, so I just told him he can fix it, leave it outside. I'll come back later and grab it. Gotta love small town repair shops. That's how it works around here. We don't worry about anybody stealing our old shop truck tire. Believe it or not, Paul was busy, so I had to leave it there. I'll start digging around under the hood. Oh, we're gonna wanna blow that out a bit. Can I borrow the air hose for 1 minute? Just another outstanding product that I got from May West right down the road here out of Hutchinson, Minnesota. Not a plug at all, I just find the thing handy. I'm pretty sure it is the white one where the door hits the mirror and we break that one. So we'll have to check. There's a couple extra of those mirrors in the parts room. It's on there.
Alright, I'll see if it stays.
Nope. It turned off, yeah. We were having tarp issues here. I'm thinking we just had a connection problem back here. There we go. Seems to be working now. Jim left me, I'm on my own again, but we did get the T800 here. This one's finished, so I'm gonna wash up that Thunder Creek fuel trailer outside because it's really dusty and I don't like that, so I'm just gonna give it a quick rinse. And then I'm gonna swap these trucks, get the W900 in here so that we can go to work on it tomorrow, because I think I'm gonna run to town and grab a bunch more parts. I got a small list of things I need from both Deere and the hardware store, so that's my plan as of now until it changes.
Plowing fields, diesel purring, love the smell of moonshine made with water from the well. Pine roads, gravel road, fence line buzzing, love the sound of cricket lullabies till the sun comes back around.
Yeah. When we built this shed a few years ago, we wanted to make sure we could get a full truck in here and be able to get the hood open. We only got about 10 or 12 inches on each end of the truck if we do it that way, but it works. 72 feet. We've got to get our 6000 satellite receiver, which is the newest receiver that Deere has. We got to get that updated, so I'm going to bring that to Deere, grab a couple other parts, got to run to the hardware store, grab a couple other things. Then I'm told I need to go to the grocery store because they're going to be telling us to stop leaving our houses even more than we have been soon. So whatever, I need English muffins anyway. Got to grab my tire. I've got the groceries, I've got the parts. I just need to run down to the shop here and close up for the night. I want to shut the lights off, make sure the heater is on. And then we're gonna go up, we're actually gonna go live on YouTube, spend about 2 to 3 hours putting groceries away, all the things that matter here. Drop off my tire, drop my stuff off, we'll be back to work tomorrow. Sounds like tomorrow's not supposed to be quite so gloomy, so that will be fantastic. Thank you for watching, everybody.
I think it was a cannonball.
Oh, she knows.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I'll cross that off. Oh, no, wait. I just crossed off the wrong one. I have another story.
The Nessman family
This started out as
acquired a cannonball.
It started out from the Larson side. So my mom's side, she was a Larson. So my Uncle Davis, 30 years ago, works road construction. He's out in South Dakota working road construction, grading this old road bed in this is 7 inches, right? 7 or 8
inch, yep.
7 inch.
7 inches is Like this?
Yeah, not your 7 inches.
Like what the tape measures say?
This 7-inch cast iron ball rolls out of the roadbed. So he's like, well, that's cool. Picks it up, throws it in his work truck, drags it home. For the next 20 years, we always met at Grandma's house.
Fast forward 20 years in the cannonball story.
So this cannonball's in his shop for the next 20 years under the welding bench.
Yeah, it stayed underneath the welding bench.
And so he lived on the same property as my grandma. So she was in a trailer house, he was in the house, had a shop. So anytime the get-togethers are always there. So we'd always end up out in the shop playing around, doing whatever. And here's this cannonball. So we'd always drag it out. I remember one instance we were playing croquet
With a sledgehammer.
and Joey goes and gets this cannonball, which we thought it was just a mortar, I suppose you'd call it. Like we were thinking it was just a solid cast ball.
Yep.
So he's out
Like
there
like a steel bowling ball. Little steel bowling ball, yep.
So he's out there with a sledgehammer playing croquet with this cannonball. And
We also bounced it on the concrete floor to see who could bounce it higher.
yeah, we sat in the
heard that
shop
part of this.
dribbling this thing.
Dribbling the cannonball.
So 20 years later, Joey's sitting, because we always screw this thing. So we're sitting in Grandma's little trailer house, like 40 of us. He always had to meet in
The
Grandma's
whole
trailer
entire
house.
family.
The whole family.
All the cousins.
And Davis gives this cannonball to Joey for Christmas.
It's like a white elephant gift or something
So
like
Joey's
that.
sitting there with this box, and he's shaking it as hard as he can, like banging around, like what in the
Because he
hell
doesn't
is
know yet what this
just wondering
Not that it
what
would have
this thing
mattered,
is.
because
It's
he's
something that they've seen for the years and years and years.
It's a
just
dribbling
like this
contest
thing.
item.
Opens it up, and here it's this cannonball. Everyone laughs. Joey brings it home.
Everyone laughs right
Like,
before death.
throws it in his shop under his welding bench. It's there for the next like 6-7 years. So I have a brother-in-law who was in Afghanistan, EOD. So the basically bomb squad.
Yep.
So that's what he did over there. And I don't even know why, but when he had first got out, he came and lived with us for a couple months that fall, and he worked for us helping with the tiling stuff. So he came and worked.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, so that fall. So Matthew,
this
Tina's
is the
younger
same
brother.
brother-in-law that borrowed us a chicken costume. No, not chicken.
Yes.
A penguin costume.
A penguin costume.
Don't give too many details, because people still ask me questions. Like when I'm on the road talking, that's one of my most common questions.
I get it all the time too. So
Who was the penguin, and how did that happen?
So I'm not going to tell you who the penguin was, but the suit definitely came from Tina's brother Matthew.
Yep. Bomb
So-
squad guy.
Yes. Like
I mean, what Afghanistan
bomb squad
tour,
of the army is like the baddest of the baddest. Like
Yeah.
like
They
that was
all own penguin costumes.
yes. But anyways, so he comes. So we have the Kensington Fire Department Christmas party. He's living.
Can
with
you
us.
say
Hey,
that
Matthew.
word?
Kensington.
Kensington.
Kensington?
Fire Kensington. I don't say it
Kensington?
weird. You say it weird.
No, you say it weird, man.
Kensington. Just
Joey,
like it
say
sounds.
Kensington.
Kensington.
He sounds pretty normal. Go on with your story.
He's there. So I'm telling this anyways, like, oh, my uncle had found this mortar thing, you know, and Matthew's like, wait a minute. He said, is there like a 1-inch copper plug in this ball? And I'm like, no, like we've beat the hell out of this thing for 20, 30 years.
We dribbled it at every Christmas.
Yeah. Like no way. This is a mortar. And he's like, well, some of those had this 1-inch copper plug in them. And then that's a live cannonball. Like that's how they got the gunpowder.
Full
in
of
there.
gunpowder and
Right.
And I'm like,
Fill it full of powder and stick the brass screw in it. And
yeah.
well, the brass
so-
screw was actually the fuse. It was a centrifugal fuse. So when they shot him out of the cannon, the ball spun so fast that the fuse actually lit the gunpowder. And there was like a time delay on it.
the brass fuse would light the
Well, it was
gunpowder.
that brass piece, it looked like just a cover.
Yeah.
But inside of it was actually a centrifugal fuse.
Really?
So when the cannonball spun fast enough, it lit the fuse, and then there was a time delay, so it hit whatever it's supposed to hit and then blow up.
That's awesome.
So he's
I
telling me
I didn't
this.
know that mechanical tidbit.
So he's telling me this. I'm like, no, like it's a solid cast ball. There's nothing in it. So the next week I'm at Joey's garage. Like I just stop in there. He's in there. And I pick this cannonball up. I said, Matthew was telling me last weekend that there's a copper plug in some of these, and that means it's live. And I'm turning it around like, I told him it's just, and I'm like, holy shit, there's a copper plug.
Like exactly like he explained.
Weird.
When you look
we
at
can't
it,
get rid of it because Davis gave it to us.
well, there was clearly like sledgehammer marks in it from like
Yeah,
us
there's gashes
like
and
beating it with a
dents and-
sledgehammer, and
In the plug?
In this plug. Right in the whole
all
thing.
over this thing.
We've done this for 25, 30 years. So then I
At
tell
every
Joey that.
family Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What the part I keep thinking back to is like the whole family, like all 40 of us sitting in Grandma's little trailer house, and Joey,
Oh, my God.
shaking this back and forth.
Can you imagine the news articles you would have been in?
So then at this
Nobody
point,
would have known. It would have.
so at this point we're like, well, it's a dud. Clearly, we beat the hell out of it.
Obviously.
So then you call.
So I was the fire chief at the time. So finally, Matthew made a big enough deal out of it that I'm like, all right, I'll call and just get this thing checked out.
Did
So I
you
call-
send him a picture of it?
He
Well,
was at my house, so he come over and looked at it. He's like, "Yeah, dudes, this thing's live." He's like,
Set it down. Do not hit it with a
He's like,
mallet.
"Give me a 5-gallon bucket, and you have some insulation." Joey's like, "Yep." So he's got this fiberglass insulation. So he like packs this thing in fiberglass insulation, like stuffs it in this 5-gallon bucket, like it's totally secured. Like puts it in the corner, like
It's
don't
totally
touch this thing.
secured in a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, but like it was surrounded by insulation, so it was padded and everything. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we've beat the hell out of this thing. There's no way it's live."
So I called the sheriff, and I said, this is Joey from
Is
Kensington
this
Fire. And
Buford T. Justice?
this was Troy.
Oh, okay. Different sheriff.
Yep.
Douglas County.
Oh,
And-
yeah. Not Texarkana.
I said, I have a story for you that I don't know if you're going to believe, but this is what I got. And I tell him the whole story of this cannonball. And he just laughs and is like, whatever. I'll get you the number for the bomb squad.
Well, we
And-
were worried right away if they would charge us.
Yeah.
Like, so if we have this ordinance that could go off and we need the bomb squad, like, what's it going to cost the person who has this asking for a friend?
Right.
Turns
so
out
what
that-
you should have done is just drop it off at Planned Parenthood, ring the doorbell, and run.
Well, we thought about just shooting it with a 50 cal, but we didn't know the radius and like how far we need.
So if you ever come across another live cannonball in your garage,
1 mile. You
Yeah,
just
1
need a
mile's the
clear
rule.
area, 1 mile.
cool. I'll buy a 50 cal. We'll get it on YouTube.
I've got
care of this.
access to 2 of them.
So as it
we'll
turns
take care of
out, the U.S. government policy for a live cannonball found is that the U.S. government lost it, they still own it, and they will dispose of it. So no charge.
Even if you've owned this thing for like 28 years?
Yep, they lost it.
Sure.
So
They misplaced it. They didn't. I mean, but now it is found.
So Troy the sheriff gives me the number for the bomb squad. So I call him and tell him the whole story. And I'm talking to the bomb squad up in Brainerd, Minnesota. They're not real up on
150, 200 miles away?
Yeah, they're not real up on cannonballs. So
It's been
plays it off
28
as
years
no
since
big
someone
deal.
found one.
And he says, but we have all these resources. Send me the pictures of it, and I will send it off to Pennsylvania where they deal with this stuff. So I send him a picture. He sends it off to Pennsylvania. I get a call a half an hour later, and the bomb squad guy is freaking out.